In today's video, we'll be exploring hair transplant results across different stages, showing how each month brings gradual and visible progress. First, let's take a look at Subhan Ansari, showcasing his 10-month hair transplant results and overall transformation.
Welcome to the official YouTube channel of QHT Clinic. In this video, we are sharing one of our patient's 10-month hair transplant journey, who was 33 years old and confronting the challenges of Norwood grade 6 baldness. It is an advanced stage of baldness affecting his entire scalp, where the frontal hairline and crown have merged into a large bald area. In between, only a few miniaturized follicles were present in the frontal area and mid-scalp. His scalp almost appeared sparse and made him look too old than his actual age. This happens due to the progressive shrinking of hair follicles under the influence of DHT. The remaining hair on the sides and back is resilient to DHT and serves as the primary donor area for hair restoration procedures. He had a good donor area packed with healthy hair follicles. So, our experts didn't need to conduct multiple sessions to cover his baldness. After a thorough scalp examination followed by a hair trim and head wash session, our experts crafted a custom-shaped hairline tailored to his facial features, keeping the hairline slightly lower in the middle and at a precise distance of 7.1 cm from the glabella point. Along with the hairline, his entire affected area was outlined for a comprehensive approach. The procedure begins with injecting local anesthesia into the scalp so that he cannot feel any pain during the procedure. After that, using the slit creation tools, slits were created in the recipient area. Then our experts simultaneously extracted the follicles using extraction punches and implanted the follicles using a Sava implanter with a gliding hole of 0.7 mm. In the hairline zone, single and thin hair follicles were implanted, creating a natural and soft look, as it frames one's facial features. To add volume and density in the frontal area and mid-scalp, double and triple hair follicles were implanted, creating a fuller look. In the crown region, the same follicles were implanted at varying angles to replicate a natural-looking swirl pattern. In this case, a total of 5,500 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor zone and beard area. One month post-transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed 60% shedding in the transplanted area. The scalp in the transplanted area appears highly reddish, indicating ongoing healing, but there are no signs of infection or complications. Meanwhile, in this period, his donor area healed completely, which would become undetectable in the coming month. The patient is progressing exactly as expected, with healthy healing in both the transplanted areas. Three months post-transplant, the shedding phase was concluded and follicles were successfully transitioning into the active growth phase. While the transplanted hair was still in the early growth phase, the new strands initially appeared thin and uneven, which is a natural part of the process. Meanwhile, the native follicles were growing at their natural pace. In the next few months, hair growth will accelerate and the new strands will start blending with the existing hair. "7 months post-transplant, the progress was noteworthy. His hairline has taken a defined shape and beautifully framing his facial features. The growth in his hairline creates an illusion of a full head of hair, but there are still some gaps visible that can be filled in the coming months, as the final results would appear between 8 to 12 months mark. The crown region was replicating a swirl pattern, but it is still less voluminous. But the donor area has become completely undetectable, leaving no sign of the procedure. With consistent care and patience, the results will continue to improve, leading to a significantly fuller and more natural looking hairline over time. 10 months post-transplant, the results were impressive. The patient's entire appearance had noticeably changed in this period. His hairline, which had vanished, is now perfectly framing his facial features and brought back his youthful appearance. The frontal area and mid-scalp had also thickened up with the seamless blend of transplanted and natural hair. The crown region was replicating a perfect swirl, adding fullness to the overall scalp. The consistency in the hair's texture and growth pattern demonstrated the long-term success of the procedure. The transplant results not only stood the test of time, but also gave the patient the freedom to style his hair as he wished, without any limitations. If you are inspired by the patient's journey and also want your lost confidence and youthful look back, then right now book a consultation with our experts.
Now moving on to our 7-month result, where the progress is developing into a more refined appearance.
Today we are excited to share an amazing 7-month hair transplant progress of our patient, who was facing the challenges of Norwood grade 3 baldness, which caused a receding hairline and temples and sparseness along the sides of the frontal area. Despite these challenges, the patient was fortunate to have naturally dense and healthy hair in the remaining frontal area, mid-scalp and crown regions. Moreover, his donor area was also full of strong hair follicles, which was a key factor in making the transplant a success. After a thorough scalp analysis, our experts crafted a custom-shaped hairline according to the patient's facial features, keeping the hairline slightly lower in the middle and at the precise distance of 7 cm from the glabella point. In addition to the hairline, we also designed the temples to complement the patient's facial contours, framing his face perfectly. The entire affected frontal area was also outlined. During the procedure, our experts implanted single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone and temples to create a natural look and avoid a pluggy appearance, carefully curating a natural and undetectable transition that mimics the patient's original hair growth pattern. This precision in placement ensures a soft, natural-looking hairline in the frontal area to add volume and density. Double and triple hair follicles were implanted to create a fuller look and ensure a uniform density across the treated area. In this case, a total of 3,300 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor zone. 1 month post-transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed 20% shedding in the transplanted area, which was a normal part of a hair growth cycle. And in this period, the PRP session stimulates hair growth. In 1 month, his donor area also healed completely. Three months post-transplant, the shedding phase was still going on as it lasted for 3 to 4 months, and at this time 90% shedding was visible. Some follicles were also entering the growth phase. At this stage, the hair growth was uneven and each hair follicle was growing at its own pace. The native hairs on the scalp were growing maturely, and we anticipate that over the coming months this growth would enhance. Seven months post-transplant, the progress was impressive. The patient's entire appearance had noticeably changed in this period. His hairline and temples, which had once receded, began to look defined, giving his face a balanced and framed look. The frontal area had also thickened up with the seamless blend of transplanted and natural hair. He was starting to feel confident and energized, thanks to his refreshed appearance. While this was a huge step forward, it was only the halfway point. There was still more to come, as the final results would unfold over the 8 to 10 months of the transplant. We will continue to share his coming months' progress. If you are also considering a hair transplant, right now book a consultation with our experts.
Next, we have an 11-month journey highlighting a naturally settled and well-balanced look.
Today we are sharing the journey of one of our patients who was facing the challenges of Norwood grade 2 baldness. His hairline was receding in a typical M-shaped pattern, making the frontal area sparse on the sides and affecting his overall appearance. Fortunately, the remaining scalp was maintaining healthy growth, and his donor area was holding strong, healthy follicles essential for a successful hair transplant. Our experts crafted a custom-shaped hairline according to the patient's facial features, keeping the hairline slightly lower in the middle and at the precise distance of 6.9 cm from the glabella point. In addition, we outlined the affected frontal area, ensuring that each detail was thoughtfully planned for a fully customized approach. During the procedure, our experts carefully implanted single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone, ensuring a soft, natural look that seamlessly blended with the patient's facial features. To enhance volume and density in the frontal area, double and triple hair follicles were strategically implanted, providing a fuller, thicker appearance. In total, 2,600 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor zone, preserving the integrity of the donor area while achieving optimal results. One month post-transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his follow-up PRP session, our experts observed an expected 80% shedding in the transplanted region, a normal phase in the hair restoration process. At the same time, his native hair follicles were growing healthily and maturing well. Additionally, his donor area had healed completely, showing no visible signs of extraction and blending seamlessly with the surrounding hair. 5 months post-transplant, the shedding phase had fully concluded and the transplanted follicles had transitioned into the growth phase, showing promising signs of maturation. At this early stage, the new hair growth was thin and delicate, gradually building the density that would follow in the coming months. "11 months post-transplant, the results were truly impressive. His hairline had become fully defined, perfectly framing his facial features and giving him a naturally youthful appearance. The seamless blend of transplanted and native hair in the frontal area created a voluminous look. This transformation not only enhanced his physical appearance but also gave a significant boost to his confidence, rejuvenating his sense of self and allowing him to embrace his look with renewed assurance." His journey doesn't end here. The results will continue to improve in the months ahead as his hair gains even more density and maturity. If you are ready to make a lifetime change and achieve a look you will love, don't wait. Book a consultation with our experts today.
And finally, our 12-month result, where the overall transformation appears more complete and confidently refined.
Today we are sharing the 12-month hair transplant result of our patient who was 28 years old and confronting the challenges of Norwood grade 3 baldness. At this stage, The hairline was gradually receding, forming a classic M-shaped pattern. There was also a huge amount of sparsity on the sides of the frontal area, which was affecting the overall density and frame of his face. The central part of the patient's frontal area, mid-scalp and crown areas were absolutely healthy. There was good natural growth present in these areas and did not require any surgical intervention. When our experts performed a detailed scalp analysis, it became clear that the patient's donor area was very strong and densely packed with healthy hair follicles. These areas had thick and healthy hair follicles, making this patient a perfect candidate for a hair transplant. After a detailed scalp analysis, our experts designed a custom-shaped hairline according to the patient's unique facial structure and proportions, keeping the hairline slightly lower in the middle to create a youthful and balanced look and drawn exactly at the precise distance of 6.9 cm from the glabella point. Not only the hairline but the entire affected frontal area was carefully outlined. This ensured that the restoration plan created blends naturally with the existing healthy hair, and the final result achieved absolutely perfect density and sharp definition. During the procedure, our experts implanted single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone to ensure a soft, natural appearance, avoiding any pluggy or unnatural look. For the frontal area and the slightly affected mid-scalp, our experts implanted double and triple hair follicles to enhance volume and density, creating a fuller, more balanced result. In this case, a total of 2,500 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor area, ensuring healthy, long-lasting hair growth, while maintaining a natural look. One month post-transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed 70% shedding in the transplanted area. This temporary shedding allows the newly implanted follicles to reset and prepare for new permanent growth in the coming months. Meanwhile, in this period, his donor area has healed completely, leaving no sign of the procedure. Two months post-transplant, the shedding phase was coming to an end, with most of the transplanted follicles having already shed their hair shafts. This phase sounds alarming for some patients, as they panic about why their hair is being shed. But the truth is that only the hair shaft falls out, and the root remains intact beneath the scalp, entering a resting phase before gradually reactivating and beginning new permanent hair growth in the coming months. Four months post-transplant, the progress was amazing. His hairline looks visibly defined and perfectly framing his facial features. The frontal area has gained light blockage density with the seamless integration of transplanted and native hairs. His overall scalp was full of lush, voluminous growth, restoring his youthful appearance and self-confidence. "12 months post-transplant, the final results were amazing. His scalp was now covered with thick, voluminous hair, giving him the fullness he had been missing. His hairline had become completely defined and framed his facial contours perfectly. Each day, his hair seemed to gain more density, especially in the frontal area, which now appeared fully restored. During this period, he got haircuts and styled his hair according to his own choice. The transformation he got over these months is praiseworthy. These lasting results speak to the quality and precision of the work done here at QHT Clinic by our team of experienced experts. If you or someone you know is dealing with baldness, feel free to share this video with them. Book a consultation with our experts and take control of your baldness.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और ध्यान रहे बेल आइकन दबाना ना भूलें, जिससे हमारे हर वीडियो का अपडेट आपको समय समय पर मिलता रहेगा।